So I'm chairing the meeting for right now. The first order of business is to elect a speaker, since I'm not speaker. So I would like to entertain a motion to elect.
Well, we normally would open the floor for nominations.
Do we have to open that first?
Yeah.
I thought that you.
Well, there's no one officially nominated. So you would open it for nominations, and anyone could say, "I nominate whoever."
Second.
I accept.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I accept them.
Any other nominations?
This is so unexpected.
If there's no other nominations for speaker, Dylan, would you like to
Make a speech.
make a speech?
Yeah. So you guys have to vote for me. So thank you. Well, there's been something running through my head for like the past month, and it's the saying, "Die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain." That's definitely how I was feeling with parliamentarian, because like I could only make so many funny tips of the week, and so this offers me like a way out of that without looking like I quit. So, and now you have to like. Just kidding. Definitely like still interested in doing all the parliamentarian stuff. If you have questions or whatever, like I still know Robert's rules. Like I still read the whole entire book. I still know the Constitution, bylaws, and everything. So like if y'all have questions, I'm totally happy to answer them. It would be really cool standing there instead of sitting back there. So now I'll be able to see all of your beautiful faces. And the meeting wouldn't have to keep being interrupted for like parliamentary inquiries and stuff, which could actually be really helpful. And I'm waiting for a USB-C to HDMI adapter, and I'm looking forward to this. Yes. Any questions?
You could borrow mine if you want.
Okay, cool. That'd be awesome. Unless I could use it for this.
Oh, what kind of laptop?
I have one of the new ones.
He's go. They got this thing that has USB-C, but it doesn't get working.
Okay,
So,
right.
actually, wait, this. That's not.
Does anyone have any questions for me? Yes.
What qualities do you possess that you think sets yourself apart from competition?
Well, I have like a body and a voice that I can project. I also have like a brain. My competition doesn't really have that, so no, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think I'm like a friendly person. I like being here. Judging by how many like rounds of applause I got last semester, I'm assuming you all do too. Unless that was all like a sick joke. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Any questions? Any? All right. Thank you guys. Vote for me.
Alright. Anyone have any discussion on Dylan? Lynn?
Can y'all hear him? Okay, that's it. He has a good voice. It's loud.
DJ?
I think he's the most qualified candidate, and I like that he knows Robert's rules well, so he'll be able to structure the meeting. Sorry,
The little Robert's rules that I had knowledge of beforehand has left my brain over break, so. Do we have any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All in favor of approving Dylan as the new Speaker of the Senate, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Okay, motion passes.
Okay.
get out of here.
Oh, no, you know, I didn't get a call to the meeting. I really missed it.
Why is it jiggling so much? Please.
I almost really close it up because I want.
I don't know. I'm tired. Doing needlepoint. It's fun.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it. Why is it
Are there any senators that came late? Wait, are there any senators that came late that want to check in real quick while they're sitting up?
I must have been to it.
Anyone good with IT shit?
Nope.
No.
I didn't
CSI man.
Got it.
No, I see it.
Why didn't know?
You like Wednesday or Wednesday? Just to mess with everyone. You go call. The SGA, CSI.
No, I know.
Carrying that to its cabinet.
I sent him to the mailing list just so he everyone's on the mailing list. I didn't realize.
Only the Senate's on the Senate
Yeah.
mailing list.
Yeah.
You know where copies of the SGA
Yes, it should be up there. Literally just should be. It was all the thing. It was literally on there.
I made a.
What's there? No, that's not, right.
So there's a
I formally distanced myself from this.
that one was last updated over Spencer ago. Definitely changed since then. So
I'll figure
I'll
out.
do a newer one as well as all the addendum. There used to be an entire folder.
I think she's working on it.
Because there was an entire folder that I can't find.
Also,
Of like documents, right?
Yeah, all the government.
The budget one was gone and I got
I think that's me. I'm telling you, I didn't touch that. I didn't
Okay.
move anything. I think it's being worked on.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
So,
Do you have an idea when it will be done being worked on?
no, but I'll find out.
If you have any questions on budget, I'm happy to.
I'm good on budgets for now.
Awesome.
No.
No, not I mean, Dakota usually has. He also never wore his shoes. You know, stop.
Yeah, true. Take your shoes off.
No, you don't have to live up to the standard. I'm gonna take my shoes off.
Take your shoes off.
I want to.
But you have to step on the table and go touch the I don't know, he would always fix it.
I can't do it. I'm a IT guy. I work for a winter's
Saw for like 2 seconds. It's a very That's like you
I tried to find anything else.
No. I don't know. Yeah, that's not mine. Go back to the other
You stay. Did y'all update your phone?
I just want to know.
Yes, I'm doing it.
All right.
If you stay, do you think you'll be a nice student, like a participating student?
Hey, talk about psychology, not psychology. Yeah.
I agree.
Psychology, so what's going on?
Oh.
Got into that.
Alright, I'm going to plug it in and then we have 30 seconds to get to the whole agenda. It was a joke. No. Has anyone tried a Chromebook with this thing? How cheap can I get it? Let's see. What? Good, I'm broke. Everything else.
That's good.
I don't mind writing this on the board too.
Everybody's asking.
Is my thing next to the church?
Yeah.
Oh!
think, I was Mark, Alina, Mark. Is the ACA one updated just because I'm updating? Is the ACA updated? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste it in minutes.
Alright, it's still not working. Alright. I'm gonna.
Yes. No, that's serious. It's gonna be like we just did a
Okay, the meeting is re-called to order. Hello, everybody. I am your new speaker. Vader's in. First, we'll be reading the minutes.
No, I haven't gotten the minutes yet from last meeting, so.
You do not have minutes. Therefore, no corrections to make yet. Yes, Mark.
I have a rough draft of the minutes that I got from your dad. That's
I think we should just wait, because she said she will send them, so that way.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone here from the general public who would like to speak? Nobody? Okay, great. And a report from the speaker, which I do not have yet. All right, so everybody, there's the link to the accountability form. If you need to contact me, just email this address and I should have access to it shortly. All right, rules.
Okay. So welcome back, everybody. Rules needs a chair, so if you're interested, reach out to Ryan, Tom about that. It's a really great way to get involved. I took it on and I didn't really know what I was doing, but then you learn it pretty quickly and it's fun because you interact with people on campus and senators as well as the cabinet. And then we are working on the archival process still for the RSOs. So for the subcommittee heads, I think that are here, if you could tell your clubs to get that in, to like go through the form. I put the link up there. They'll do that. And that is it.
See you, Sash.
Hello, everyone. Just a few updates for the next coming week, or actually the next week and then the week after. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is a mini club fair type of thing, and the days are separated into different categories. So go to that, support. There's going to be snacks and sandwiches. And then on Saturday, February 2nd is Leadership Reconnect. I don't know how relevant that is to you all, but that's another thing. And then the new organization process interest period, which I've gotten a few emails about, is opening officially. Like the forum will be opening on February 4th and will be closing on Monday, February 10th. So.
PR.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Super excited to be here for another great semester. Here you can find a link to Fall 2018's newsletter. It's going to be sent out soon through email. Thanks to everyone who got back to me with like headshots and like blurbs and clarification and all that stuff. That was another note, has anyone seen the light up SGA letters? Because we had them at inauguration and then they disappeared, and I bought them with my own money for $30, so that would be super cool if we could like return them. Yay! Other than that, I have a link to the doodle for committee meetings this semester. Let me know if you're interested in PR. I'm also thinking about stepping down as chair, so if you're interested in taking on that position, reach out to me for details. Thanks.
Campus life? Not here. Committee on Academic Rights.
We're here. So we got started last semester with getting student opinion and teaching quality incorporated into the faculty hiring thing. It's going to be a long road, so we're going to focus on that a lot, but it's going to be really important if we do it. Also, I think all of us are still here, but if you're interested in also joining CAR, let me know. We're going to probably meet tomorrow at 2:00. That's it.
Academic and curriculum advancement.
Hello. So, starting with, we still have a bunch of meetings scheduled with the advisory for our committee in the next week because people decided to be only back after 3 months, so that was great. So, I'm meeting about MIS 201 lab because I heard some stuff about it. Professor like gave me the runaround. So, working with that, planning to meet about Calsberger stuff, so we can hopefully get some feedback and try to like improve that for specifically arts and music students, but even for the whole Cal department in general. And one of the initiatives that we are going to probably work on this semester is trying to get a large-scale bio survey out just to try to like generate, hey, there's something wrong with the department, because a lot of bio majors are discontent with how the curriculum is structured and sort of speak the skills that they're going to have. Another news at the end of last semester, I finally met with career science with Lynn and Sarah Klein about business co-op. They said no, basically, because the jobs don't exist for it. And she even said that like at other schools that do mandate the business co-op program, that like the conversation between career center individuals is that frankly it's hard to find jobs for them and it's not worth it. With putting the amount of resources there, they just simply don't exist, and just for 1 or 2 small fields it isn't worth it. Coming up, we're going to send out a doodle in the Slack for meeting times this semester, so fill it out.
Senate Budget Committee.
Operating budget, we'll find out, hopefully what it is by, reconnect, so by Sunday when we do AFRs, we should have that. No presentation today, but I have 2 non-senators on the docket to be approved to be on the budget committee. That is my job.
Health and wellness.
Hi everyone, welcome back.
Government and community relations.
Hello. We have a lot to cover. At the end of last semester, we participated in a Hoboken toy drive. Big thanks to EJ for helping with that. We went all throughout Howe and collected money from various Stevens administrators and got like small change ranging from quarters to President Farvarden gave $20. Thanks, Farvarden. And so we got over. We got like I think over $300 or $250 worth of toys, and donated it to the Hoboken Police Association and Fire Department's toy drive. Sergeant Pete Zannins wanted to pass along this message. Thanks. So that's awesome. Besides that, if you're a person who's paid attention to the world, you'll know that the federal government shut down for 35 days, and it was awful. And like I can understand how some people might not really care about that because it doesn't seem like it's impacting your individual life, but as we are at a research institution that depends on federal money, we had about, I met with Vice Provost for Research, Mo Degahani, and he said about $18.5 million were impacted in research money. So that impacts like salaries, funding, various stuff. So that really sucks. If you were impacted by the shutdown and you're involved in research, or you know someone you love is involved with this, please let me know, because Mo Degahani was not too helpful. And I'm worried that there is a lot of people who are part of research that aren't going to get their money back and stuff. Anyway, coming up, the Rebuild by Design project is going to be happening. As you may know, in October of 2013, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development awarded $230 million to revitalize Hoboken's waterfront to reduce flood risk of storm surges and rising sea levels. Because climate change, it's great. As government typically does, that project has been on hold for 5 years, but now it's actually going to happen. So on February 4th at 7 p.m., if you meet at the Multi-Service Center, the Department of Environmental Protections for New Jersey is looking for community input, specifically for Zone 2. If you look in that picture up there, there's Zone 1, 2, 3, Zone 2. There's going to be a huge community park there, and that's important because many of us are not going to be living on Stevens campus and are going to rely on the parks and infrastructure around the city. So let's provide our input so we can have a very nice park with study spaces and stuff. So please be there. It'll be really cool. This is going to be a project that's going to impact Hoboken for decades, if not centuries. State of the City address, Mayor Ravi Bala is going to be coming to the Bond Auditorium Tuesday, 6:30. Be there. It'll be kind of cool. Also, if you want more of Ravi Bala, he's going to be passing out reusable bags outside of Pierce on January 30th. That's cool. On December 14th, Governor Phil Murphy signed the New Jersey STEM loan redemption program. So if you're a person who's getting your BS, and you're a person who's going to be working in STEM in New Jersey, and you're a person who has federal loans, you can get them reimbursed up to $8,000. That's pretty cool. And I think that the Career Center should be focusing on pushing on those type of jobs, so that way if you have a lot of loans, you don't have to be stressed about them right when you get out of college. So that'll be cool. If you're interested, there's a lot more. Government, there's a lot of it. So if you're interested, come to meetings. Join the Government Community Relations channel. Also come to Hoboken City Council meetings. They are so fun. February 6th, City Hall. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Does anyone have a USB-C charger, since I'm operating off my phone right now and it's about to die?
Yeah.
You guys will be up here.
Chris is probably
It's like the musical shot.
Ad hoc housing committee. Jason's not here, so I'm going to speak for him. Apparently, he met with an administrator in ResLife, ResEd, and RDS. It looks like they're making updates to the Stephen website and trying to do something with realtors and lawyers and a panel of upperclassmen. He didn't tell me much. He also met with a local realtor, and they're doing something. It looks like next meeting they're making documents because I heard they had a lot of pushback from Stevens, and they're going to delegate and find out how to host these seminars. If you look to the right, you'll see Stevens students forced to live on the pier due to lack of housing. And in the bottom right, there's a poll for the next meeting. Thank you.
Auditing committee? Yes, Mark.
Yeah, sorry, just wanted to give more feedback on housing. I spoke with Jason. Basically, there were plans to sort of speak a lease transfer database, as well as trying to be suggested realtors. Yeah, that's basically what got shot down by administration. So just looking for things to do.
Thank you. Auditing committee.
There is a bill to be read tonight to formally create the committee. Please, if you have any questions, bring it up. Just going to be able to create a discussion, any things you're concerned about. There was a meeting last semester with the past and current BPF and DPS side to create a list of possible RSOs to be audited once the committee is up and running. I thought it went really well. And over the past few weeks, there's been a lot of great discussion in the Slack channel. By the way, join the Slack channel, #auditing. It'd be really great to just get more people involved in it and get more feedback. Yeah, great.
Website committee.
That was Tim, so.
All right. Diversity and inclusion.
Before I start, I wanted to introduce y'all to someone. So, with this committee, I've been working really hard with this person, and it wasn't for her when I gotten this from the committee. And we've also strived
tomorrow, which we're super excited about, but we're going to talk more about all the logistics when it comes to this. But yeah.
So going off the proposal side, we need 1,000 signatures. We're currently at 340, so like, not too bad. We're working on it. We have plans in place. We're pretty confident. Our committee status is on the docket tonight. We're checking with the official committee. I think we definitely have the support necessary to keep this committee going. And like I've said previously, diversity is not really an issue. So yeah. Our first committee meeting is tomorrow. And then for Black History Month, we're partnering with BSU for like a couple things. On the side there, you'll see our Instagram. It's at @DNICM follower. And then underneath that is our meeting for tomorrow. And yeah, that's it.
DC.
There's no update, it hasn't been changed, but there's gonna be Founders Day tickets going on sale Monday. I'm pretty sure there was an email already sent out about that. But that's the urgent update that I would like to remind you all about. Everything, so tomorrow? All right, so possibly tomorrow. Check your emails for that.
It is tomorrow at 5.
Okay, yeah. That's it.
I had a question regarding diversity inclusion sign for this year. I don't know if y'all discussed this yet, but where do you hope Canadian Cultural Center to be?
Oh, okay. So for the Intercultural Center, how it's basically gonna work is like, we're just gonna send it to the board, and it's just gonna be advocating for an Intercultural Center in general. And like, it's like, we don't really care where it is, we just want one, but we're pushing them to try to put it into those two big buildings, the university towers, like in the university center. But we want them to put it there, but it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just for it in general.
Just to add with the EC stuff, in case any of you aren't aware, senators will not be getting free tickets this year. I don't know exactly why that's the case, but I talked to Chris Colato, and he said that they will not be doing it. So if you guys want to change that, I suggest reaching out to him and asking. I know, yeah.
Do you mean to the Founders Day Ball?
Yeah, to Founders Day Ball. So in the past, senators have gotten a free ticket automatically. That's not happening as of right now. So if you guys want to go, you're gonna have to sign up at 5 or try and get a hold of Chris beforehand, see if he can set aside tickets. Mark.
Yeah, so I found a Google Drive, just searched for budgets for found the Founders Day 2019 budget, and it still allocates 44 SGA tickets with $0. So
Where'd you find it? Send that to me.
I literally just searched for in my Drive budget, and it came up. It was budget 2019.
Can you send that to me right now?
So from my understanding, the way that EC treats Founders Day now, since it's kind of their own thing, is they just take the sum of money and say, okay, this is the money we have to run the event, and then they price out the tickets per person and just kind of went from there. I know in the past they've set aside those 44, but from what it sounded like, the only people that are getting tickets like set aside are the cabinet and Res Life, but Res Life like pays for their tickets ahead of time in like one go. So they like write a massive check for like whatever it is, $1,000 or something, and just pay for all the RAs, everybody in Res Life to go, and then they like take care of it that way. So I don't know why they're doing it this way, but you know, I'd reach out to EC if you have a question.
Yeah, so, I talked to Chris, and since SGA is no longer heading the planning, it's all under EC now, he said that his committee felt that it wouldn't make sense to set aside tickets that were free and for people who did help planning. And honestly, I understand where he's coming from, his committee. I mean, they're planning it, so it makes sense that that's how the committee feels, and I don't think it's gonna be changed.
Right. Arts and music. Club sports. Anyone here? Electronics and gaming subcommittee.
And then you should go watch Jersey sports teams. We're planning to watch right now. Go watch right now.
Don't watch it right now. Right. Culture subcommittee now, Dave. Media report.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new semester. The usual links are over there. If you want any previous yearbooks, ask me now or towards the end of the meeting because they're all going down with Jacobus. On a related note, that map on the left of my report is a map of what the 7th floor will theoretically look like, / just has names of organizations written on offices. That's where everyone should be moving at the end of this week.
Non-RSO subcommittee. Professional societies.
He's right here.
Recreation subcommittee.
Shout out to everyone who went on the Sugarloaf trip. I heard it was lit. Badminton's kicking things off tomorrow in Walker Gym from Monday from 6 to 9. So if you're already stressed, go work on that. And then for the involvement fair, I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about it. Recreation clubs will be representing on Wednesday from 4 to 6 to 8.
Religious and faith-based subcommittee.
So as for everything last semester regarding religious spaces, have been making progress in this post-Jacobus world. So we've got the campus ministry making steps to move into how, displacing CAPS, which plans to move into the haunt house. And pretty impressive considering all the space shortages lately involves construction. Events will be generally carried out as normal amongst the religious subcommittees, except I know there's an exception for Mecca, which will be happening Friday prayers are held in Messenger now as a result of everything going on with Jacobus.
Service subcommittee. No update. Special interests. Is everyone here to speak on that? Well, Amnesty is a new constituent of the special interests. They moved from being service. President report.
Hi, y'all. So we're still looking into the line item funding. I'm meeting with Leo a lot. There's not a lot to report from me. Fabio is still 2 a.m. Faculty Senate meetings are still going well. We're now going to be holding meetings on Wednesday during academic break. Y'all want to come through? I will be there. They're not going to be mandatory, but it is appreciated if you guys can show up and aren't doing anything. This will hopefully be a good little PR for us. Hopefully a lot of people that don't want to come to Sunday will show up, and that'll be good for us. What's up?
What do you mean by like hosting meetings, like office hours kind of?
So like pretty much. It'll just be like, it'll be in Kitty. There'll be just like open office hours for students to walk in and voice their opinions and stuff.
We're in
Choo-choo
The big auditorium.
That was Kitty 228.
What time did you say?
During academic break, so 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 3 to 4. I don't think we're gonna go all the way.
Kitty 228 Wednesday 3 to 4. That's the meeting.
Also, tell your friends if they want to come out to SGA. I got a couple friends coming. So, that's pretty much it for me.
Vice President of Operations.
Yeah, so I don't got a slide really. Apparently Rami says hi, but I will wing it. Okay, so for the committees, I'm gonna have to like get you guys all situated with committees. Normally what we would do is just kind of have everyone stick with what they're at for their like second semester of the term, but since we lost a lot of people, I'm gonna have to like re-look at everything. As mentioned before, we do need a new head of rules. Jake Milburn expressed interest, but nothing's finalized yet, and he's not here. So if you're interested and for whatever reason didn't see my message, you can still reach out. So we need to fill that. We need to find a new head of CLC. We've had interest for that as well as audit. So, I mean, I don't know if any of the, did we put those on the documents? Any of the other committee head positions?
No, so.
Okay, that's fine. So that can be voted on, but I haven't nominated anyone yet. So if any of you feel strongly that you are interested in the position suddenly and did not reach out to me for any of those committees, please just let me know. I'm going to be continuing to kind of head up some of the Board of Trustees stuff that Rami was doing. We'll be having kind of like a joint old cabinet, new cabinet meeting with the Young Alumni Trustees coming up in the near future, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. Other than that, I mean, we have some different initiatives that we're working on. If you guys have any questions about like what some of those are, or if there's anything that you want to let me know about, let me know. Liam?
Question, what's going to happen to the ad hoc website meeting?
Oh, correct. I do need a new head for that as well. Alan, were you in, I heard you were interested? Okay, so we can figure that out as well, but that is something that also needs to be addressed. I know we talked about emails like every meeting last semester, so I would like to hopefully set that at like just soon, as soon as possible. If like the next meeting or the meeting after we have a light meeting with everything else, let's just figure out what we want to do, get it set there, and then call it at that, so we don't have to talk about that constantly. Committee heads, just to kind of help collaborate with each other, because I feel like we're starting to get more overlap between certain committees. I would like to do maybe like once a month, just like a general committee head meeting with all the committee heads. So we'll start doing those shortly once we have all the positions set, and then yeah. So that's it for me.
UPSI.
Hello, I'm new. I joined the SGA this semester. My name is Nina. By the way, Alexander House is still not open. Dean Nielsen has confirmed that there is no additional storage space. So if you ask me about it, I will say there is no additional storage space. Club sports, there's a committee on club sports improvement. Hit me up if you want to join that. I think that's the first order of business for this semester on things that we're going to try to do. And the new organization process is opening the first full week of February, so hit me up. Like I said, if you have any organizations.
Yeah.
Two non-senators again. I have on the docket today. I'm working on how-to videos for treasurers, so like submitting AFRs, vendor things, your receipts, so they can't really come and tell me oh, I don't know how to do this after I make the videos, because it's right there. They'll see them. I need senator members now. Again, bye-bye Anthony, here's my dog, and then Mr. Krabs. That's it.
What's up, everyone? Hope you all had a good break and Happy New Year, all that. This semester, I'm going to be continuing the advisory board's work. I have a meeting with Dean Christakos on Wednesday to finalize the details for the business school advisory board and hopefully have our first meeting for that in February. Another thing we're going to be working on is student faculty engagement, not just with the Senate like it says there, but as a whole, just students and their faculty actually getting to know each other. Apparently, the provost is open to listening to our concerns about the academic break. That's what I've heard, so I'm meeting with him in 2 weeks, and that's one of the many things we'll be talking about. And then a bunch of other fun stuff. Come talk to me if you're interested. Next week, like I said, Dean Christakos, I'm going to be reaching out to the people who were selected for the SNC Advisory Board and hopefully setting a meeting time for the week after so they can have their first meeting. I'm going to be meeting Christopher Church for the first time, so I'm excited. And Jimmy and Mark, I'd like to meet with you guys at some point this week or next, whenever you're available, so we can just talk about stuff for the semester. That's it.
Secretary.
Hi, everybody. So I'm very excited for this semester. I'm looking forward to it. So some of the goals that I wrote down was working with the SGA website committee. Once that's up and running, I really want to take that on and make it nice for all of us and for the students. And then I just want meetings to be fun and efficient. So starting next week, I'll try to come up with some fun stuff we can do. And then internal organization-wise, I'm going to be working on that. And starting now, vacancy elections are going to begin. So I don't have the roster yet to make districts, so just use your old districts and send out something saying that the vacancy elections are gonna begin. I know Alina has made a really pretty poster, so if she could send that to people, that'd be amazing, and they can send that out. And then I put the nominations verification election period on here, just so people can know, and you can spread the word, because we really need senators. And I put my contact info down there. I haven't updated the shout outs yet, but I'm gonna figure out a way to get the link for that, so then send those to me.
This is just a blast from the past. Totally still applies, because if you want to be a parliamentarian, all you have to do is reach out to Jason, that's what I did to Lucas, and like read the book and show up here. Or if you have any friends who would be interested in like getting involved with SGA, obviously being a parliamentarian was a great way for me, and it was a ton of fun. All right, SGA shout outs, yes, shout out to Ryan. All right. Right, we are in unread bill territory. Wait.
I move to read resolution S19S001.
Sorry, there a second?
Second.
All right. We are now in discussion on the motion to approve the resolution of S19S001.
All right, let's call me. Yeah, it's very simple. I feel like we're fully prepared to take on having an official status. Our group we have like 146 people. And there are a lot of people who like are involved with SGA who are super involved in the community. Keisha, obviously, I have like Adrian Castellano working on social media, and then I have a couple other people who are doing stuff in the community. So yeah, I'm super excited to discussion.
It would be really cool to have an official committee for the SGA where any student could basically reach out to the student or any of the other SGA members in it to advocate for different things that they would like to see on campus when it comes to diversity. Because as it stands, like there's not a lot of, at least in my experience, I haven't seen that since within the administration. So I know that's something we can really focus on, and having a committee would be a great way to help the student body reach out to people.
Overall, SGA is supposed to have 7 meetings with the student body, and one of those meetings is serving the needs of underrepresented students on campus. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If anyone has any questions, anything, I've seen some of your responses on these cultural center surveys. So like, if you have any of that feedback, like you want to send it now, we can have a discussion. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say? All right, are you ready for the question? No questions? Oh, this is a reading? This is, okay. Great. All right, we're back to unread bills.
Motion to approve budget committee nominees.
Second.
All right. May the nominees make themselves known. I don't know who's nominated.
It's Joseph Insalaco and Olivia Liu. There we go.
All right. So you have been, I'm not quite sure how this works. They've been nominated by the cabinet, and now we're moving to approve them? Great. All right, so would you guys like to come down here and make your spiels? Do you have any? You don't have to say a spiel, but you guys should be available for questions if anyone has them. Yeah. All right. I just like an introduction.
Hi guys, I'm Olivia Liu. know like a couple people here. Basically, I heard that the financial budgets. If you're looking for budget committee people, Nina mentioned that the position. It was an opportunity that I never would have considered before, but when you're presented with an opportunity, sometimes you just have to take it. I had no real reason to say no. I'm available for the weekly meetings. And for my other clubs, I'm interested in going into treasurer, so that's a personal reason of why I'd be interested in seeing how SGA is actually affected by that. Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Joe. I'm the current CSA treasurer. So I don't know if that gives me any credibility, but I am. So I'm available for meetings. I know how the SGA works, or at least the budget part of the SGA works. So I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with most of the rules. I'm obviously not going to know every financial rule of the SGA, but I'm going to learn it. And yeah, that's it.
Does anyone have questions for Olivia or Joe? Matthew?
What conflicts of interest do you have, such as organizations that you're voting members on, or e-boards that request money from the SGA?
So I guess I already said it. I'm the CSA treasurer. I understand that's like a conflict of interest. So I made it known. So, but I'm gonna be neutral. Obviously, I'm not gonna. That's not what I'm gonna do.
I am FAST social chair, so I'm the events coordinator. So I work closely with our treasurer. But yeah, I'm making that note now. Gonna be neutral on that. If there's really an issue with that, then I guess that has that comes. I don't think there should be.
What is your opinion on giving out food at our events? Like, are you generally for, or do you think that sometimes it can be kind of wasteful?
I think it depends on how it's executed. Speaking for like FAST, which is one of the clubs, often that's one of the easiest ways to communicate culture is kind of get something out. But I think that there should also be like some. It should just be a. As long as it's that, and that there's a reason for it. I don't see issues. But I think for asking additional money for like more food, you have to show that from previous years that it was needed, or there's a reason that you did it.
So I kind of have the same thing. I'm CSA treasurer, so I know how much money you put into food, how much money you put into culture, and I think personally, I think culture, like a big part of it is also food. So I think of course you're losing something if we don't have food at all over, not all of our events, but a lot of our events do include food. We're having Chinese New Year event, so we're having more traditional dishes we're ordering. And yeah, so I've been pushing for more culture in all of our events. We're doing line dancing, ribbon dancing, mostly traditional Chinese activities by culture.
One more thing, because I'm the events coordinator for my club, so I know sort of how much things kind of cost, what you actually need. So if you're kind of throwing suspicious stuff in there, like,
Does anyone else have questions? EJ?
So one problem I had with the budget committee last semester was that while SGA has, I'm not sure if it's a written or unwritten rule, but we usually limit food to like $10 per person. As soon as the food applied to the SGA themselves, that rule got thrown out the window, and food would range from like $15 to $20, maybe more, per meal. How do you guys feel about that?
So actually, know a little bit more about that because I did the budget for my club. I also think, first of all, when I was doing the budget, $15 to $20 a person for only a food event is crazy. I think even like at the biggest my budget ended up being, which I cut down, ended up being like 13 or 14 a person. So I don't, and it's not small events. I'm planning 200-person events. So I think right now our budget's like around $10 per person, a little bit more, like 11 or 12. So I think 15 or 20 is excessive if we're only doing food.
Can I just clarify? I think I meant more specifically on like SGA getting like
SGA
advantage, I guess, or like more of a.
I'm not letting that happen. I will not feed myself with a lot of.
Does anyone have any more questions?
Have either of you attended budget committee meetings in the past?
Yes. Oh wait. Oh, budget committee meetings? No. Is that the same thing
That's
as?
like the air function.
Oh. No.
Anyone else? Yes.
Oh, why do you guys want to be long for?
For me, I think it would be a good way, like, looking into, like, I've never had any involvement in SGA before. I hadn't thought that I might, but I feel like it's going to be a good starting point if that's an interest that I want this to. I plan on running for treasurer next year for my club. So I think it would be a good way to also look into that, in addition to, like, having a lot of friends who are on boards of other RSOs, if they have other questions regarding budgets and big stuff like that, then I can.
So I'm treasurer right now, and I like what I do. I like the job, so I think joining the budget committee is a good step up and adds a little more experience that I'm looking for. So I just also think it's a good way to get involved.
Does anyone else have questions for these two candidates? All right. You don't have to sit down. Thank you, guys. All right. So are we ready for the question? It is on whether to approve Olivia Liu and Joe Insulaco to the budget committee. All right.
Are we approving them together or like individually?
Yeah, because we usually
Yeah.
discussion.
Okay. All right. Anyone want to say something?
I move to approve Olivia and.
One at a time, just do one at a time.
I move what?
Do one at a time.
Okay, I move to approve Olivia to the, as a non-senator to the budget.
Well, that motion, the reason why I asked, just for clarification, for them to sit down and we're going to take a vote is because someone already motioned to approve both of them together. When they said, someone can rescind that motion if they want to. It would be unanimous approval. Otherwise, we're just going to vote and approve them together. Does anyone have? Does anyone oppose the rescinding of that motion? You oppose it? All right, then we do not have unanimous approval, and we're going to, if anyone has any further discussion, you can say something, but otherwise we're going to move to approve both of them together. All right. So the question is on whether to approve Olivia Liu and Joe Insulaco to the budget committee. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion passes, and Joe Insulaco and Olivia Liu are confirmed to the budget committee. Unread bills. By the way, thank you for doing the, that was out of order, but it was good because it's the same time. All right, unread bills.
There's one. This one we're not gonna do because he's not here.
Okay, so she's recommending that nobody move this, resolution 18F. 13. All right, Leo?
I move to read resolution S19S002. auditing committee that would carry out all official investigations of RSOs, or presenting organization under the CSI, and a lot of it does seem kind of long and bureaucratic, but I put a lot of thought into it, and a lot of discussion also went into it as to defining like what is an audit, like what's the process for this, what is the restrictions, and it's all there just to make it all very organized. Yeah.
Would Nina or Elena like to speak about this since it's sponsored?
Sorry.
You don't have to.
I wanted to like say something. I really support this because, especially like I want like I find out information about like certain clubs like not managing like their P cards from like Lillian and stuff, or like their funds, or they make mistakes, and like I don't want to make decisions without Nina, or I don't want to like think a certain way just because like the treasurer screwed up a bit, and like I don't want to jeopardize the whole club for that. So I would talk to Nina about it, and this was and, like the CSI. Maybe like it's just the treasurer, not the rest of the club or e-board that's doing this. So not the full sports.
An issue with like club funding happened last semester, and that's, well, I was talking to my one of my subcommittee heads, and she mentioned that there is a big issue with the way clubs are spending money, and if they're a little bit like it's important to have like another check in case the abuse of power. So I think the auditing committee is a necessary committee to have.
I want to say that I've also spoken to some subcommittee heads, and some of them really think that would be a great idea because as it is now, the subcommittee heads, there's a lot of responsibilities for them. There's a lot of burden on them, and if we didn't have this and they had to carry out all investigations themselves and go through the process, that would just be another thing that they'd have to do. So just having this committee to do that would be very helpful.
Does anyone want to speak against this motion? Anyone else have anything to say? Good? All right. New business. Nothing?
I just have a question. Are there recommendations of the budget committee?
Absolutely not.
So then,
Alright, so it's been recommended that we don't approve that last resolution. Does anyone else have any random off-the-cuff motions they want to make? Does anyone want to say something out loud to everybody? Yes.
Cool. Okay. I forgot to mention this on my slide, but if committee chairs could, we all have equal doubling access for creating events and stuff like that. So once you guys figure out when you're having committee meetings, either let me know if they're consistent, but if they're not going to be on a consistent, like every 2 weeks, same time, same place kind of thing, just like create the event on Ducklink yourself, so that we can have committee meetings on Ducklink on objects that like other people who aren't in this room would like to join and see what's up. It's not really difficult to create an event, and I talked to Danielle Maxon, the student life, about this. And if you're just using a table in the library, Pierce Cafe, anything that doesn't need booking, just like upload a blank document when it forces you to upload like a booking confirmation thing, because you don't always need to book a room to have your meetings.
Further discussion?
I also forgot to mention this on my slide. There's a still fighting for the cultural center. With that link, me and Keisha worked on a presentation called the Cultural Center Toolkit. So I know a lot of people like have questions about this cultural center and such. So if you open it, they'll be like, what the diversity and inclusion committee is, what the intercultural center is, why we need one, how misconceptions about other centers that they might be on campus. So go through that, and then there's also a link in that presentation to fill out the center surveys too.
Further discussion?
I put this in the Slack and EJ responded to me, thank you, but I worked on a proposal for student artwork on campus over winter break. I'm having issues with like the budgeting aspect of it, so if anyone kind of artwork you want to see, like anything that relates to it, just let me know because I'm still in the process of drafting this proposal.
Further discussion? Does anyone want to say anything to the new captain?
Hi, guys.
What's up? Any concerns? All right. Yes? I hear a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. Motion passes. Meeting is adjourned.
Don't forget to tell your friends about Wednesday.
Is that enough?
No.
Ooh, roasted.
Guys, before I forget, senators, I'm gonna send out a Google form just with like asking what committees you guys want to be on. Just please fill that out so I can.
Want to or are?
Committees.
All right, did everyone